it's a great question you ask, like how to get past the pain. Many want to move away from the pain or avoid it, medicate or somehow numb to it. In fact, it's the desire to numb to pain to begin with that causes experiences of betrayal, many times. So, in my experience, the way to move through the pain, to have experiences that are uncomfortable, and we could label them painful, but not to suffer in that experience, to suffer, to try to avoid it, to carry it with me for years. How to move through it quickly is really what's inherent in your question, and I'd invite you to actually be willing to first just tell the truth, to find the truth for yourself. The sensation, the emotions, the mental stories, anything hidden in your life, but find out what is true, what is so, even what is accurate in your life about that you call pain. And then feel it, move through it. When the discomfort gets worse, when you're afraid to ask for what you want or to say what hurts you, the thing to do is to move forward into it, to say, I'm afraid to ask for this, I'm afraid to say this, or I'm embarrassed that this hurts me. To find your truth and to speak it, and all of a sudden these sensations go, the emotions move, maybe you laugh, maybe you cry, maybe you just sweat, but whatever that energy was, it releases. And it's always scary before. It's like wanting to jump out of an airplane. The fear's there when you're like, should I jump or not jump? Should I say it or not say it? Should I break up with this person or not break up with this person? The fear will be there, and you're suffering and you're suffering and you're suffering, and once you jump, once you say, once you either commit or leave, things get easier, and yet, leaving in relationship, you'll carry that same pain with you. About that relationship you left, and then even to the next one, and the next person will trigger that same pain. So, in my experience, in my supporting people for the last 15 years, like there's just really something that you can do it by yourself. You have everything you need within you, and yet I find comfort asking for support, to have a coach or a trusted one by my side with the difficulty, helping me get clear about things, and then helping me, maybe even being there with me as I say, or as I admit something, or as I feel, even just feeling my sadness. To not be alone when I feel my sadness is so beautiful. Sometimes they might say something, but sometimes they might just be there with me, their loving presence as I feel sad or as I feel hurt. So joining with another is another possible way. The important thing that I found and that I find that I can bring to others is this willingness. It's like, oh, courage, but no, like, just to be willing to be real, to be true, and to see that those around you line up. The more real, the more true you are. Who's around you are people who are really loving you, people who really honor you. The clients who want the real you, not the pretend you. The lovers who want the real you. The bosses, the family members. And because the more you pretend to be someone than you are, you don't trust those around you because they don't love you, they love the pretense you're showing. And it's normal to do that, to try to appear more physically attractive and more emotionally sound and more, sometimes more financially stable, or whatever the pretense is, except that you know that those around you are wanting the pretense and not you, and then you're not okay with you. So there's a whole other level of this awakening, like really awakening, by finding the places that we're scared of, that we're afraid to ask for. And one of the easiest places is in the relationship you're in now, whatever it is, at work, in a marriage, with relatives, with your children, your parents, wherever it is to say right there, stand there, even sometimes shaking in your boots, and say what hurts you, say what you want, say how you'd like it to be, and then just breathe and let them respond. If they respond ugly, they might need time to process through the shock that somebody's saying the truth here. Let them move through it and see, and then the real them will come back. Like the real them, after they process through it, they'll either move away from you or towards you, and if they move away from you, you bless them. They don't take more time in your life, and you love them how they are. It's just not a match for how you want to relate. It takes some courage, but we've all got that within us, and you don't have to be alone for that process.